Former most wanted in court on murder raps. Once identified as the St. James Police Division's most wanted criminal, 26-year-old Nicolai Lewis from Bugs Bunny in Lilliput appeared alongside Delonnie Duncan before High Court Justice Judith Pusey in the St. James Circuit Court on Monday. Lewis and Duncan have been implicated in two homicides that took place in 2020 and 2022. Lewis, who goes by the monikers Aquino and Kilo, is charged with murder and illegal possession of firearm in relation to the fatal shooting of Horatio Shakes. That attack allegedly took place in Bugs Bunny on August 18, 2020. Lewis is also charged alongside Duncan with the murder of 28-year-old Siobhan Stevens and the injuring of others on January 4, 2022 at Ocean Heights in Lilliput. The charges in the case include murder, one with intent, and shooting with intent. Attorneys Shamika Jackson Butler and Albert Morgan represented Lewis, while Duncan is represented by attorney Martin Thomas, who was not present in court on Monday. During the sitting, the court was informed that the prosecution's case file for Lewis, in which he is solely charged, was incomplete due to the lack of ballistics report and forensic certificate. In relation to the matter in which both individuals are charged, the prosecution submitted a request for special measures, directions in light of Thomas's absence. Consequently, Justice Pusey adjourned both matters until April 29 and remanded Lewis in police custody. Duncan's bail was extended. According to allegations in the 2020 homicide, Stevens went into the community around 8 p.m. and was pursued by three assailants before being shot multiple times. Investigators say the gunmen also fired on a motor vehicle with three occupants before leaving the scene. One of the passengers in the vehicle received a gunshot wound. The injured individuals were taken to hospital, where Stevens was pronounced dead. Lewis was arrested by the police during an intelligence-driven operation along Reading Main Road on May 24, 2022. JCTU welcomes indication from government that wages will not be tied to GDP. The Jamaica Confederation of Trade Unions, JCTU, has welcomed an indication from the government that wages will not be tied to GDP, as was being proposed by some private sector interests. JCTU President St. Patrick Ennis was reacting to the budget debate presented by Favour Williams, the Minister of Finance. Mr. Ennis said the union is encouraged by the announcement that the income tax threshold will be increased to $2 million.
One of the things that was very profound in the minister's presentation was her dispensing or putting to rest the narratives by some in the private sector, namely the Keith Duncan, the chairman of EPOC, also the chairman of the Fiscal Commission, and to some extent the Bank of Jamaica's governor, who were all saying and publicly that the government must tie our wages to the GDP. Put another way, there should be a cap on our wages. I was glad the minister put that narrative to rest and dispense with that kind of reasoning and that kind of argument, and said that the debt to GDP ratio and the provision with respect to our debt, those are sufficient guardrails on which to operate. And so we are glad about that as we embark on a new negotiation cycle. The matter of tying our wages to productivity is something that the minister would have to present to us in terms of what is it she envisaged in such an argument. And so we'll look at that around the negotiation table. We are encouraged by the minister's concept of raising the tax threshold, not to where we had proposed in our claim to the government. We actually were claiming that it should move to 2.5. We would still engage the government in discussions where those things are concerned, but that again is when we meet around the negotiation table. And so as we embark on this negotiation process, we are heartened by the fact that there is no cap on wages with respect to the GDP, and so we look forward to the negotiation.
JLP councillors raised question about KSAMC Advisory Committee. Jamaica Labour Party JLP councillors on Tuesday raised questions about the appointment of an advisory committee at the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation KSAMC, suggesting that the decision was driven by political motives. While some JLP councillors did not oppose to the formation of the committee. Others question whether the move was set to benefit People's National Party PNP councillors. I would like to know why this advisory committee. I did my research, and apart from the three of them, the rest are political. There are a lot of councillors in here who are bright and intelligent people, and none of us are on the advisory committee. Why can't anybody from this side of the JLP or that side PNP sit with those people? I can tell you that I am not going to vote for the advisory committee, Councillor John Myers, JLP Lawrence Tavern Division, declared as the monthly meeting at the KSAMC. The meeting was held at Jamaica Conference Center as the air conditioning unit inside the local government authority's Marcus Garvey Council Chamber, as its on Church Street office downtown was not functioning. In response to Mars, Mayor of Kingston Andrew Swaby PNP Vineyardtown Division stated that one ought to be careful how certain things are politicized. That is why certain people don't want to be associated with certain process, Mayor Swaby noted, pointing out that the proposed members of the committee are from various sectors of society, including the Jamaica Chamber of Commerce, Jamaica Household Helpers Association, and the Small Business Association. The proposed members of the committee are Baptist Pastor Reverend Devon Dick, Chairman Cleveland Tomlinson, Carl Archer, Garnet McIntosh Reed, Barbara Elaine Carby, Jonathan Swerve, Brandon Hayden, Stephen Wright, Shirley Lee Price, and Keto Silvero. Swaby had announced the formation of the committee last month, saying that it is not intended to replace the local Public Accounts Committee, but instead is a proactive initiative to promote accountability, transparency, and ethical leadership within the municipality. On Tuesday, Councillor Susan Tina JLP Norbrook Division was not opposed to the formation of the committee, but had some concerns. As was said, it will be an advisory committee, but I wonder in terms of establishing this committee, why didn't we all go through the channel of establishing a local public accounts committee instead? Also, I would like to know the tenure of this advisory committee. What will be the payment for such a committee? There has been a lot of news recently with the KSAMC. I sincerely hope that after the establishment of this committee, there are certain things we do not expect to happen in the near future, she stated. Councillor Michelle Thomas Nelson, PNP Duane Park Division, in moving the resolution and laying the foundation for why the committee was necessary, said, if we had a local government accounts committee, this would provide the requisite oversight that the council needs, especially as it relates to finance. The problem, however, lies in the fact that we do not have an operational parish development committee to proffer that support and nomination to form this local public accounts committee. It is this issue that gives to the need to find a solution that is pragmatic and practical, bearing in mind the limitations. The implementation of an advisory committee in this regard is instructed and useful. The advisory committee will serve as a conduit towards strengthening the standards of governance and oversight at the KSAMC. It is important to note that the notion of this advisory committee is not a novel concept of the legislative framework of local government. Section 8, subsection 12 of the Local Government Act speaks to the implementation of an advisory committee by the city municipality, she noted. Councillor Kelly PNP, Whitfield Town Division, pointed out that the proposed members of the committee have a network of contacts that can be valuable as well as integrity and objectivity. We expect unbiased advice. Our mayor, the KSAMC, should be able to expect objective and impartial advice, free from personal agendas or conflicts of interest. Our advisors are expected to men and women of integrity, and therefore will be able to maintain the confidentiality of sensitive information. We expect them to have a commitment to success and a loyalty to the betterment of our city, Kelly noted. Remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.